So I'm smoking with the chief again. Walked down, picked up my mail, and I thought, such a nice day. It is, it's gray, but it's nice. It's not raining. Although sometimes those are great days for a smoke too. So I'm smoking a pipe I actually really like. This is a little CustomBilt here. It's a little more deluxe than I normally go for. You know, it's got a four-sided shank and bit. Not real thick walls. It's a CustomBilt, not a custom-built. So it's the later years. You know, it's probably a Wally Frank era, I would guess. And in it, I'm smoking a little mixture. So I have, you know, I end up with baggies of all kinds of stuff, you know, that I wanted to try, or somebody gave me, or we traded, or whatever, you know. A lot of it is what I call fair to middling. So it's like, it's okay, but nothing really to recommend in and of itself. Mostly Balkans or English mixtures with Latakia. So lately I seem to have quite a bit of like Choctaw and Cherokee and some aromatics that are pretty heavy aromatics, but they smoke pretty good. So I was filling my little tobacco pouch, and this little guy here, always keep a few pipe cleaners handy, and I was filling it with some Adirondack Balkan. I think I got from Four Noggins, maybe, I don't know. It's fair to middling. And I thought, you know, I could be smoking around other people. So should I just put in the pouch an aromatic, or should I put a little English mixture in for me, for my taste? And I thought, let's try combining them. So it's 3 parts approximately, the most inexact of science. 3 parts of Adirondack Balkan and 1 part of Cherokee, which I think is a cherry vanilla with burley. So, from Mississippi. And you know what? I like it. I don't love it. I mean, it hasn't transformed into something above and beyond, really, but it kind of mellows that Adirondack Balkan, which was not harsh, but it was slightly edgy. And it's not so overwhelmingly sweet and, you know, uber aromatic that that the Cherokee was. Was it Cherokee or Choctaw? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm kind of liking that. So before I'd have to choose, you know, if I'm sitting around the campfire smoking around other people, do I smoke an aromatic for them, or do I smoke a non-aromatic for me and smell like a burning pile of leaves in the fall? So this way it can be both. Had a really good pipe club meeting. I really enjoyed it on Saturday. Finished up my heart monitor, took it back this morning. I won't hear anything until, and there were no events. I mean, I went off the diltiazem, and I was expecting to have a, you know, a little arrhythmia. Of course not. So, and the only reads for 48 hours to the minute. So, oh well. It was a 5 lead, so maybe it'll pick up some other evidence that will be useful in pinpointing at least what the arrhythmia is. I've been reading up. There's a lot. There's a lot of different variations. And Eric mentioned at the Pipe Club meet CoQ10 and Black Cohosh, and then somebody else mentioned Hawthorne. So I'm reading up on those. I may experiment a little bit with those. So, so that was Saturday, and then Saturday night I went up and had dinner with some friends. Sunday I got the DR mower out and overworked it and overworked myself. So I'm kind of sore today. And then had dinner with some more friends last night. So it was a great weekend. It occurs to me, you know, I'm a single guy now, and I wasn't for 30 years, but I am now, and I kind of like it. I remember when we got together, I thought, oh, I'm watching me go away and be replaced by we. And I was cool with that at the time. It was interesting to note it. So for the last 6 years or so, it's been definitely me. And not in a selfish way, but I mean just kind of rediscovering what you want to do by yourself, or, you know. And being around couples at each of these dinners and so forth kind of makes me remember how that was, you know, where you're with a person, and that's really primarily who you're with. I mean, you do a few other things. You might work with your coworkers, of course, but unless you're kind of like really sociable, you spend pretty much all your time with that significant other. And that can be a beautiful thing. It can be a very beautiful thing. Or you can be kind of socially isolated. So, I don't know. It all depends. My brother, my oldest brother, does this great thing where, with his wife, where they'll go out on a date. And it's like they've been married, what, 35 years or more. But they will arrange, you know, a Friday or Saturday evening, get dressed up, make a reservation at a nice restaurant, and then go out dancing or something, you know. I mean, cool. I think that is awesome. Because you gotta kind of keep things alive, or they devolve into, you know, you're like siblings. Which may not be a bad thing either, I don't know. It was just interesting to note this weekend. It was fun spending time like that, though. Played cards. I hadn't played cards in years, honestly. One of my grandmas, well, both my grandmas, I think that was a way to socialize back in the day, where, you know, it gave you an excuse to get together. And in these little Nebraska towns, I remember my grandmothers were big card players. I mean, bridge and, oh, jeez. And I can remember my mom saying that, what did she say exactly? But she was kind of not as big a card player, and I think I asked her about that one time, and she said, oh, you know, those card games were just killer. They were just cutthroat bridge, and she just didn't think that was all that fun. People took it really seriously. So consequently, we didn't really grow up playing cards very much, except when my grandmothers visited, and then we'd play, Crazy Eights or whatever, and little kind of simplistic card games. In retrospect, it would have been fun if she could have taught us bridge on maybe a less intense level. I don't know, maybe there is no such thing. But I think I picked up my mom's ambivalence about cards. So anyway, I never was a big card player. But we did that Saturday night, and it was a lot of fun. And the folks I was with Sunday are big card players and, board game players. It was getting kind of late, and one of the guys had to go to work real early, so we broke it up. But cards. I guess what are computer games when you're playing with people on the other side of the world? But modern card games, maybe. I don't know. God love that custom-built rustication, So, Chief, thank you for providing a venue here.